Morning, y'all. Right, crazy day today. I've got a phone meeting in 5 minutes and then I've got to go to Torquay while at the same time trying to have another phone meeting on the hands-free on the car. And then got a full day of testing equipment because there's so many irons coming out, and obviously I've been away for the last 3 weeks apart from last week where I was trying to catch up with all the other things while also getting back to make sure Milo can go to football. It's going to be a crazy one. Thanks for all your responses about where you were playing at the weekend. Hope you had a great game and great fun. Even if you didn't have a great game, I hope you had great fun. Got to remember that's always the idea. That's what we're trying to have in this game we play. So what a weekend, the Solheim Cup. How amazing was that event? The standard of golf, the standard of entertainment was simply stunning. So comments down below. At the LET, the Ladies European Tour, I've played with Ladies European Tour players for a while now and I've always loved that tour. I think they've got a fantastic product in that tour. There's talks that as the LPGA and even the European Tour want to kind of join with them. Now I've been saying this for years with the people I play with, that I think it's such a shame that the European Tour men's and women's isn't just the same thing. I know there's probably bigger complications than that. So what do you think down below? What would make you watch women's golf more or less? What is it that you like or don't like about watching the women's game? Is it easy to watch? Is it exposed or not? Post comments down below. And obviously our American friends, you watching the LPGA Tour, which I mean from when I watch it on telly looks very well supported in galleries and what have you compared to say the LET Tour. Post comments down below. What do you like or not like about watching women's golf? Did you watch the Solheim Cup? Wasn't it amazing? Post comments, let me know. Right, better take this call. So today's video is brought to you by Golf Online. Now this week everyone is a winner because Golf Online are offering 7% off everything on the website. Terms and conditions apply as long as you use the code MARK7. So if you're looking at buying something, golfonline.co.uk, use the code MARK7 and see if you get 7% off. It's off everything, terms and conditions apply. So I'm going to talk to you today about how I test clubs, what I look for when I'm testing clubs. My hedge is trimmed. Maybe to give you an idea of what you should look for when you're watching reviews and what you're looking for when you're testing your golf clubs. Right, let's get to Torquay Golf Club. Hello, Torquay Golf Club.
0.3 yards offline. Yes, please.
Right, when it comes to testing clubs, so first thing I will do is I'll read the guff that is sent to me via the company. So if that's you, you're going to kind of go online maybe to a brand's website and read what they say. Then for me, it's about trying to find out if those things are actually findable, physical kind of assets that I can use and see when I'm testing. Oh, the shot down. So I'm going to start hitting on a launch monitor with my controlled ball in a controlled environment, and I'm going to test for numbers of that club. See exactly what numbers it's producing. Bearing in mind what the guff has said, I'm going to be seeing if those numbers are coming out, and then I'm going to be trying to think about how I would fit those numbers into my game or not. This doesn't mean you can't go into it blind. You absolutely can. Sometimes going in totally blind works. I sometimes don't read the guff because I kind of know much of the guff now that's going to come from manufacturers because there's different kind of brackets of clubs. So I often sometimes now will hit and then look at the guff to see if there's contradictions or not in what they're saying to what I'm seeing and feeling. But at the end of the day, I'm always coming back to my trusts and feels. Thing I look for when testing irons, talking about testing irons today, Dan, and what people should be looking for. Yeah. I'm looking for surprises. So I'm not afraid, anyone who's watched my videos over the years, you'll see that I have tried some very contrasting clubs. So I'm not afraid to try something that's meant to be very different, like a massive cavity back, and experiment with what the pros and cons are. But I didn't really feel what the cons of the low spinning, further, longer hitting irons were until I gamed them. So I used to use JPX EZs, so I was hitting 7 irons like 170, all lovely and like brilliant and aggressive. But I was playing some holes where I was landing on the green to tuck pins and it wasn't stopping the way I wanted it to. And that kind of just, it wore me down after a while. But I only found that out by actually trying. These guys and girls obviously can't have that luxury. But things that are good fitter and you can work out, I think, in your fit. Looking at land angles, spin numbers.
And I think it's not just about
the distance anymore, is it? You
Yeah.
know, I think there was a little fad of that for a while.
Yeah, well, I fell for it, absolutely.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
You know? But I definitely think when people are going to get fitted, you know, you're right, absolutely. Look at those angles that it's coming in at. You know, you don't want to see those spin numbers too low. You've got to get into a position where you feel like you can manage them.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to manage them.
Yeah,
playing golf.
absolutely, absolutely. Because the other thing as well is that those spin numbers are dry. From a mat, there's no guff or very little stuff getting caught between the face and the ball, so you're getting the true numbers of that club. So what happens is spin will go up when you misstrike it, but a lot of the time it will come down as well.
Yeah.
So you're buying clubs that go further and they're lower spinning. On the launch monitor you're getting these seducing numbers. Go and put it in the semi-rough. Or even just a dewy day from the rough. Water on the ball affects the spin. Have you got enough revs to be able to take some off in situation on the course? It's all those things I'm looking at when I'm testing clubs to do reviews for you guys and girls, and it's stuff that I would like you to think about as well, or certainly talk to their fitters about.
Definitely.
You know, it's great that I'm hitting my 7-iron 20 yards, 15 yards further, but fitter, do you think I could game that? Like, what happens out the rough? What happens on the dewy ground? What happens from the semi-rough? What happens from tight lies? Do you think it'll stop? And use their expertise to help you pick.
I mean, try if you can. I mean, it's hard, I know, but try and get a demo club to take out onto the golf course and just hit a few shots from the fairway, from the semi. You know, if it's a bit dewy, great, and just see what it's doing when it's landing. You know,
I agree with that, and I personally want companies to change a little bit. They've gone so heavily towards the launch monitor fitting process with fitting carts and that over the years. I would definitely like to see a few of them, and that's why I make these videos as well, to try and influence you, which will influence them to make sure they're giving you the right fitting gear. It's not just about drivers. So drivers are slightly different, because on the course to on the range it's often dry that you're hitting. But the big difference is my finding fairway tee shot is very different to my trying to hit it as far as I can over a dog leg tee shot, which again I don't see people do in fittings, which the course makes you do. But I would like to see more irons available for players to go out on the course and try in situation.
I agree,
Fun day testing, let's get back home.
Made it home.
What?
Let's answer your questions.
Question for you. I recently upgraded my irons to Mizuno. Thanks for your reviews. After having a set for 10 or 15 years, my game was good with my old irons, but it's even better now. Did I wait too long for technology to catch me up? I felt like I was hitting my old irons well, but did I let technology pass me by waiting too long? Or is that a right amount of time? How often should I upgrade? When is it a luxury versus a necessity? And at what point does technology require me to upgrade to get my game to that next level? Cheers, mate.
The big one, a very common question, and often one I think who's won the cup. Oh, congratulations, Orla. Well done. Hold it aloft. Well done. Congratulations on being the best little pixie in town. So when is it a luxury and a necessity? It's actually, if you think about it, about the person. So I'm really glad you're playing better with your clubs, but how much of that is just the fact that often new clubs make people play more, which is a great reason to buy new clubs. It inspires you to play more and get out there more. If you've got something that's just totally not suiting you, so let's say you've got clubs that are far too heavy, far too light, wrong lofts, wrong lies, grips are too fixed, something that's really affecting your feel and your game, then it's still not a necessity, because you can still play, but it becomes more of a necessity. Technology at the moment is kind of moving within a circle, I would always say. So it's not actually moving forwards, it's now just circulating, a bit like fashion. So we're not seeing pushes forwards in things so much, we're seeing trends change, ideas change, we're seeing ideas of what makes good and bad golfers change, even to things like Mark Brody's book, that kind of distance around 200 yards that pros excel in, and then maybe more players should be using hybrids from those distances. Do you see what I mean? It's how our fashions and ideas change. How often should you upgrade? I don't care if you upgrade every month, I don't care if you upgrade every 5 years. What I care about is that you're out there playing and enjoying it. So if upgrading every month makes you enjoy it more, do it. And you can afford it, do it. If upgrading every 5 years because you just fancy something different, then do it. I don't see changing clubs as a necessity. I've done reviews using a box set, and I think I shot one over after how many holes, pretty much the same I'd shoot with any clubs. That was a box set, not custom fit, not particularly the best lofts or best feeling clubs in the world, but they got me playing golf. Necessity, luxury, possible question to ask, because my luxury might not be your luxury, might not be someone else's luxury. Some people's luxury, and this sounds awful, but some people's luxury is having clean water, isn't it? You see what I mean? It's so relative to your lifestyle.
Ryan Little.
Now, the main thing I do when I'm testing clubs, and I ask anyone who wants to try clubs with me, helping them to think this way as well, is I try to use it as a way to learn about what I do well and not so well, and then in turn how clubs can help me or cannot help me. So I played for a long time as a kid, you know, trying to hit that bladed sandy Lyle 1 iron that everyone wanted to hit. That's the club good players hit. I was a good player, I wanted to hit the clubs they hit, where I was always getting much better results in those days with my 5-wood. So I would actually end up using that more. Obviously I didn't have data and custom fit in there, I self-discovered that, but I saw lots of players just ploughing on using the clubs they felt like they should use for their kind of bracket of player. You know, there were members at my club who played off 9 handicap who could really hit on 1 iron really well, so converting them to a 5-wood would make no sense. So think of a custom fit, think of trying clubs as a way to try and learn about what you can and can't do with your clubs. It'll make you a better golfer. I use custom fits to try and educate people in their swing deliveries, how that affects the club, how it affects what loft they might have, and why they hit the ball high or low, and how the loft change can help them, or maybe they should deliver some different lofts. It needs to be as educational for the golfer as much as it is about seeing if the club is going to help you be better or move golf technologies on or not. For me, the knowledge I've built up through testing clubs over years helps me be a better teacher. It helps me understand what does really help people or not, which is why I try to make as many of these reviews and daily vlogs and bits as I can, because I'm always learning and trying to pass it on to you guys. You should be doing the same in your custom fits as well. Right guys, should we go get some tea?
Yes.
Box. Right, so the winner of last week's competition was Mark Malone. Congratulations, you won the £20 voucher. Remember now, if you want 7% off golfonline.co.uk site, what kind of noise would you make if someone said that you got 7% off everything on the site?
Ooh.
Mark 7, down below is that code. I'll put a link to their website as well. There's terms and conditions, but if you just go on the website, see if you can buy X, Y, or Z, probably something you want now, 7% off, use that code. Go and check it out. How was tea, Hobbalongs? How was your burger?
Good, good, good.
We coming through the magic door for now? Come on, don't be a teenage grumps. She's just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
I finished.
Thanks all for watching. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening. 7% off everything.
Ooh.
She is an aeroplane, isn't she? Look at that.